Alright, I'm not wanting to start off videos with, like, seriousness, but, like, what the fuck? Alright, so, I know it's Thursday. I know I'm not supposed to be uploading today. It's weird. What the heck, Kento? But I just saw this show, and it's really, really good, and I had to talk about it. So don't expect a Thursday video every time. Usually it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be shorts, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday is going to be my videos. But today you get an extra video, plus a short. Watch the short because it's funny. Mushoku Tensei, the new OVA just came out yesterday. I thought it was supposed to come out tomorrow. I'm supposed to be awake in 2 hours for work, and I'm recording this video, and it's a train wreck. I don't even know what I want to say from the beginning. That was... Oh! As a light novel reader, I'm so glad they didn't miss this part, like this episode, from the light novel, because this is so important. And nobody from the, that doesn't read the light novel, or even read the manga, don't read the manga anyways, it's bad, really understands, and I won't spoil it too much what's coming on in the future, but just know this episode was so important to have, and I'm so glad that this was here. Let's start off from the beginning. The new OVA is out. Instantly, I'm just gonna say go watch it. It's amazing. I'm gonna do spoilers, so you come back after you've watched the episode. You can find it on Funimation. It's not on Crunchyroll, which is weird, because Crunchyroll owns Funimation now. But, it's only on Funimation. It starts off with Eris. Actually, no. It starts off with this weird animation moment that you don't really see in anime very much. And it was really cool. And it detailed the story of Cliff, the character that you see in this episode, from his childhood as he gets found by the Pope and brought into the kingdom and then taught to be a mage. And he's taught to be super strong and everything. And then it cuts to Eris. From there, she is off exploring Milishom? It's Milis something. I'm not looking this up. I don't know what you're talking about. Ivy, censor out my laptop. Not Milishom, Militian. Anyways, takes place in Militian, and Eris is exploring it right there with Rui Jared following her, making sure that she's safe. And I'm pretty sure the reason wasn't because he's worried about Eris. He's more worried about the people that Eris talks to, because Eris still has kind of a temper, and you can see that later on in the episode when Cliff calls her ugly. He had it coming. He needed that coming. But you still see Eris is growing and stuff, because you see her stand up for somebody instead of, like, just leaving it be and stuff, which is pretty cool. Character development, you can see it in the show. It's amazing. Moving on from there, Eris goes to the Adventurers Guild, and she goes in and she asks about the goblin slaying job that we actually heard about back in episode 14, 15, 16, 17 of Mushoku Tensei? Somewhere around there. She asked about the job. This is right after she left Rudius to go talk to his father and stuff. And his father and him are like, "No, we're not friends anymore. How could you?" And Rudius is like, "No, I'm your son. How could you?" And they're both all like, "How could you? You betrayed me." Both of them. Neither are right. Neither are wrong. She goes to the Adventurers Guild and asks about the goblin slaying job. The person at the desk says, "Yes, make sure you bring the left ear of every goblin that you slay so we know that you've killed them." So she's like, "Okay, I can do that." And she goes and she starts heading out. But as she starts heading out, she hears an argument to the side of the building. And it is Cliff, who, by the way, is a lot tinier than I expected. Cliff is being young Cliff. He's being very arrogant, very egocentric, very much like he's trying to talk to a sponsor. "Oh my gosh, you would be great with me. You'd be so lucky to have me." And yeah, so don't talk to people like that. That's one way to get you beat up. And Eris steps in. She's like, "Don't do it. You're being childish." Dude's like, "Okay, goodbye. This is daycare in this place now." Little do they know, Eris is probably stronger than them, but it's okay. We don't need to talk about that. She beats up Cliff for getting mad at her for stepping in the way, and then again, like we said, calling her ugly. We move on into the part where she's slaying goblins. Cliff is like, "Yeah, let me come along with you." She's like, "Fine, whatever." Oh, I'm going through the entire anime episode, and I really don't need to. I'm just excited about, like, I love Mushoku Tensei. It's great. Alright. We're good. So Eris is fighting these goblins. Super cool. Happy to see Eris in action and stuff because I feel like we never see enough of Eris just fighting and stuff. I love the style she fights with. She's fighting them and Cliff is standing in the back saying his spell and stuff, taking his sweet time and stuff. This is something I thought was really cool because in this section you see how much for granted you actually take. With how Rudius doesn't need to say any of his spells and how different it is when you have to wait. When Eris has to wait for a spell to be said out loud, like how Cliff is doing. And Eris is just fighting and everything. Probably even forgot he was there until he shot the fireball. You can even see it in her eyes and stuff. As she's about to get hit herself. One, he can't control it. Two, it took so long. So at that point, Eris is like, I don't need you. And understandably so. And Cliff is like, but you do need me. And let's go to the forest. And she's like, no. And he's like, you're afraid. And she's like, let's go. It's awesome. They get lost in the forest for a minute. By the way, scenery and everything, as always, is beautiful as all heck. I love the scenery in Mushoku Tensei. We move up into the point where she's like, Eris realizes that they're lost. Didn't realize she was going to be far in the forest and stuff and just kind of loses her way. And she says this to Cliff, and Cliff is like, oh no. From there, Eris starts listening for some adventures and stuff, trying to see if she can sense if there are any nearby, where she hears some fighting. She probably thought it was fighting between some dude and some goblins, and she's like, let's go! And she starts running towards it until she realizes, no, there's some kid about to get killed. This is my favorite part of the episode. But this part right here is like my favorite part. Because it's, oh my gosh, the animation. It's like a 1 minute clip. I even went back and looked at it. It's a minute of Eris just being completely and utterly badass as she fights these assassins that were trying to kill this one knight and this kid. They'd already killed the rest of the garrison and stuff that was trying to protect this kid. We also learned that this kid is probably a, what is it called? A cursed child? And the Pope of Militian has decided that he wants that cursed child dead. They don't really like demons or anything other than human, I believe. You see that a lot in the episode too, which is cool because you get to see politics in action. Politics aren't cool. They suck. But it's still cool to see them happen sometimes in an anime because it shows that they're working hard on it. She beats all these people with some of the coolest animation I've ever seen in an anime before. I feel like it could have been a movie. Seriously. Like a 1 minute movie. That was so good. And she beats them like it's no problem. Cliff is like, oh my gosh, they're masters. They're going to completely and utterly destroy you. And she's like, wee, sword go burr. She gets a thank you. She meets a character, which I'm surprised wasn't brought back up. And I'm pretty sure that character, if I remember correctly, was actually important to them crossing from Militian to Shiron. So the fact that they didn't show that confused me a little bit, but at the same time wasn't majorly important, other than the fact that it showed more of how Militian didn't like demons and stuff. So I guess they could have gone without that. All in all, I'm just so happy to see Mushoku Tensei again. It's such a refreshing sight. We saw Rudius at the end, but we already know what point that was, just after he'd fought with his dad and everything, and he'd seen Norn and everything. This OVA is a must-watch. You have to watch it if you like Mushoku Tensei. You have to watch it. Not just because it's good. The character that was introduced here, even though nobody's gonna like him in this episode, he is gonna be one of the most coolest, important characters in the entire series in the future. So you need to keep an eye out. Watch this. It's on Funimation. I give it I wouldn't say it's my favorite episode. Definitely not. But I don't think they can ever top Orsted's fight. But in general, this episode was really good. The animation was beautiful as always. Not surprised because it's Mushoku Tensei. Still peeved that Mushoku Tensei wasn't even in the running for anime of the year. But you know what? It's fine. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to my random rambling about nothing. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm so excited for season 2 to come out when it does, because I know it has. I think it's been. I believe it's been announced now, so it's been confirmed. We just don't know when it's coming out. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over, I press rewind, though. Talking bands, I got it. Benjamins in my pocket. I traded my truth for some robins, and he's playing Batman. Fat, he's